Good morning. We were discussing about online reputation management, how we can manage brand reputation online, how to deal with social media platforms. We have discussed if we have discussed about social media platforms as well. If we are using multiple social media channels like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. So we have to handle all of the channels properly, responsibly. We have to reply positive or negative comments both of users. We have to take benefit of two-way communication with customers, right? And we also discussed what tools we use normally in online reputation management to knowing what exactly happening online, where people are talking about us. Like Google Alerts is one of the search tool which helps us on the basis of the keyword what people's customers are talking about our brand, our products, our services, what are the reviews they are giving, what they are talking about, and there are other tools which tells about what people are sharing about us on different social media channels, right? So these are, and we understand what ORM, online reputation management, is, what are the tools, and how we should approach. We have to draft a social media strategy, a content strategy, and today we will be discussing 10 online reputation management commandments, right? And we are approaching towards end of the syllabus of the subject, and tomorrow we will have the last class of the syllabus end of the session also. The first one is earn respect. We also talked about trust. We should gain trust of the customer. That trust we can gain, we can achieve by showing our intellectual authority, using the different formats of the content, by distributing, creating remarkable content, and distributing the content to target customer segments. If there is one aspect you cannot skip in a successful online reputation management strategy, then this is it, earning respect. Because if you are not able to earn the respect, a brand is not able to earn respect, right? Then brand will not perform. The sales will be low, revenues will be low, right? Earning the trust and respect of an audience is hard. It's not tough job. It's not a one night journey. It's not a one day journey. It takes time, takes effort. While losing these two values is extremely easy, right? Get people to respect your brand and your company, and you will be able to grow as a business without fear of criticism. So if we are able to earn respect from our customers, existing customers, by providing quality product and services, so these customers will work as an ambassador for us. These delighted customers will be brand ambassadors in the market, and we don't have to fear from criticism in any of such thing, right? So earning respect is one of the most important part of the online reputation management strategy, right? And we can create variety of content, but at first we must have a good product and services we are targeting the market for. Good product or services also depends on the segment you are targeting, what you want to achieve from your product or services, what need and demand you are satisfying, right? Everything is contextual. The next point is embrace transparency. Avoiding a question about your brand that is on everyone's mind would not get you too far. Embrace transparency by confronting the criticism. If any customer, any user of the product is criticizing you on internet, on your writing a negative review, so we should handle it responsibly, positively. We can take it as if it is a honest review, then we can take it as a feedback. There may be somewhere lacuna in the delivery, in the quality check or anything, quality control maybe. And we have to embrace transparency by confronting the criticism and make the changes that your audience expects you to make. Changes may be pertaining to the warranty and how you are handling the warranty, credit period, or anything, what credit facility you are providing to your customers. So that we have to take it responsibly and work on it. The whole team of the company must work on it, must take it seriously. The transparency must be necessary for a long run business, for a continuous growing business, for a growth strategy if you are drafting. This will make your brand more easy to relate to, and you will get free publicity by including your audience in a decision making process. Right? This will make your brand more easy to relate to. This will make your brand more easy to relate to, and you will get free publicity by including your audience in a decision making process. Audience in a decision making process. Many of the companies are utilizing benefits of social media and two-way communication and crowdsourcing. They are taking suggestions even for the brand names, right? Crowdsourcing brand names, what the names of the product should be given, what additional features in our product should be there, what should be the warranty period and all, what unnecessary features should be removed from the product, right? Many such features are available which customers or users hardly use. So we can remove such features also, can cut down the cost of the product. So we can include, the audience participation can be included in decision making process of the company. That is the second point, right? Keep an eye on public feedback. The same thing we are discussing in the last slide. Public feedback is very important if you are taking that responsibly and positively, and how your front and employees are handling it, how they are perceiving the feedback, how they are talking to the person providing the feedback, how they are contacting, and what is their perception. Stats analysis is an excellent feedback provider, but when social media posts give you unaltered feedback directly from people that are interested in your brand, don't miss the opportunity of turning a potential client into a loyal customer. Right? If we consider the points directly suggested by a customer, if we will consider the points, if we will talk on the points directly suggested by a customer, then definitely the customer will be not only a single customer, but a group of customers can be our loyal customers, can be our delighted customers, can be our brand advocates. So we should always take feedbacks positively, public feedback, direct customer feedback positively. We must accept it, work on it, right? To improve our services, to improve our product quality, to improve our other process related requirements. So keeping a close eye, right? Taking benefits of two-way communication, benefits of social media, benefits of direct touch with the direct customer, that we must harness the power of internet, the power of social media, the power of customer feedback. This is the third point. The next is be prompt and professional. We are again talking again and again, don't allow criticism to undermine your professionalism. Right? Answer negative customer feedback in timely manner and assure the client that you have taken his comment into consideration and that necessary measures will be taken. And we must assure that is needed. Right? And prompt and professional, as we talked about social media also. Normally what small businesses and the medium businesses and the all businesses do is everyone is opening multiple social media channels like Facebook page, Instagram, presence on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, everywhere. Presence of the company is everywhere, but responsiveness is very low. Not answering the questions of users, customers, right? Not managing social media properly. That is very harmful. So be prompt and write on the page how much, and must write on the page how much time you generally takes in replying a particular question. You may take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That is 30 minutes is in the working hours, it is enough. And maybe at most sometime it may be 1 hour, but average time we take is 30 minutes or 20 minutes. You must write on social media. Please wait. Sometimes people wants immediate response. They need, if they are very aggressive, have any negative experience with the product or services, they may need prompt response. But we can write on the average time of responding is 20 minutes or 30 minutes we take, but we must reply in this time frame. And if you are not able to handle multiple social media channels, multiple social media outlets, then we must close them, and we should work on only limited number of social media channels if you are not able to handle. So this is one important point must take in the consideration, right? Next is don't ignore criticism. If one of your business decisions has gotten you a lot of negative feedback, don't ignore it. If that particular decision has split your audience into, ask them to provide opinions and suggestions. Definitely. Sometimes decision may be negative. Maybe once in a year or twice in a year you have taken some wrong decision. And if customers are informing you that is wrong, it is not working, then we must, it means they are our well-wisher. They are our well-wisher. We must consider about their point, what is going wrong. You will learn how to take constructive criticism. How to take constructive criticism and how to use it to improve your business strategy, right? So if one of your business decision has gotten you a lot of negative feedback, don't ignore it. If that particular decision has split your audience into, ask them to provide opinions and suggestions. You will learn how to take constructive criticism and how to use it to improve your business strategy, right? That is, don't ignore criticism. That is repeated again and again and very important. Make sure Google is on your side, because what Google says, people believing on Google. Users and customers and general public believes on Google. So everything, if anyone searches on Google, the Google must be on your side. When someone uses the most popular search engine available to find you and Google's first results put you in a negative light, then you are in trouble. If Google is saying something negative to you, so that is troublesome for the company. That can create the problem, right? So make sure you have to look at Google's first page as the main creator of first impressions. Make sure they are positive. The reviews on Google, even on Google My Business, on third parties, because reviews are very important in online and reputation management. They play a very important role, and it is not expected that we will receive always positive reviews. Definitely some users, some customers may face problem in product or in on services, so they may write negative reviews. The main job is to handle these negative reviews responsibly, to answer them there as soon as possible responsibly, and we should check regularly where people are reviewing, what are the review websites, if any third party websites are working on review in our industry segment, right? Many review websites are there apart from Google My Business and your own websites. So we should check how people are talking about us. This is the job of online reputation manager, right? So this is very important point, because Google, people believes on Google, and the first impression should be good. Identify your critics. Although it might seem like all the criticism comes from competitors or passers-by, criticism comes from competitors or passers-by means many times what happens, competitors, if competition is high in the industry, in a product segment, then competitor may try to tarnish your image. Competitor may also try, can say some customers to write negative reviews, right? And that also you have to take care of, because competition, whether you are handling a local business, a local restaurant, a local store, or a application, mobile application, or anything, competition is there in every business. And what is important is we should know whether it's a genuine critics, genuine negative review, or a review, a paid negative review by a competitor. How long competitors can go, right, in the competition, what at most they do, right, to win over us. So we must know what competitors can do, how much negative they can. Although it might seem like all the criticism comes from competitors or passers by, you have to learn how to spot your critics. But again, don't think that every negative review is from competitor. Don't think that every negative review is from competitors. The negative review may be genuine or may be from your customers, right? If the large majority of your critics are within your target audience, then you have to make significant adjustments in how you get your message across, right? So you have to identify about critics, about negative reviews, about negative postings and all. What exactly happening, that you must know, and you have to handle it accordingly. This is very important. Deal with those who maliciously damage your brand's reputation. Now, dealing with such elements is a different case, depends upon case to case, person to person, individual to individual. How you are going to deal with those who maliciously damage your brand's reputation. Sometimes criticism is not constructive and it comes from a place of malice with unjustifiable motives, as I said earlier. The criticism may be from competitors. The criticism may be from competitor side. It may be paid one. It may be done by the employees of the competitors, right? So that you have to identify and that you have to deal with accordingly. That we have to deal with accordingly. If people are damaging your brand's reputation using false information, then take legal action and cut the problem at its root. The legal action can be taken. If people are damaging your brand's reputation using false information, then take legal action and cut the problem at its root. The legal action can be taken if anyone damaging your brand's image, and even you can publish that legal action. Even the process of legal action, outcome of the legal action, what action you are taking. If somebody maliciously trying to damage your brands, right, you can communicate it to your delighted customers, to your advocates, brand advocates, using your emails, web page, social media, that such and such companies, such and such competitors are trying to damage our brand position, right? So this may be the way of handling, and that can be handled the case to case individually without facing any loss, any type of damage, loss, right? So this is the way. Don't repeat errors. That is most important. We should learn many times. Human error is there, but we must not repeat once we have done. Look at each error and each experience as lessons. Each error and each experience as lessons. Once you have encountered a situation that made you lose financial resources or that's damaged your reputation, make it as a daunt and avoid making the same mistake in the future. Getting the point? Look at each errors and each experience as lessons, because technology is updating day by day. How you are handling things, how you are finding reviews, and how responsibly you are handling. So if any error you have done in the past, you must not repeat, must handle it positively, in a positive way, right? Once you have encountered a situation that made you lose financial resources or that's damaged your reputation, mark it as a daunt and avoid making the same mistake in the future. Getting the point? Yes. So don't repeat errors. This is not only in case of the any product, any company, any brand. This is a general saying in the life, for everyone's life. You will be learning this from your childhood. You don't repeat your errors. If any mistake you have done sometime, so don't repeat it further in future. Take care of them positively. And similar things in the business also, right? The same saying is in the business. Turn to professionals. If your errors seem to be inefficient, then you should turn to professional for help. A well-structured online reputation management strategy can save you a lot of time and money. We have discussed a lot about content planning, content marketing, scheduling, long-term content planning. This is content because you need content in case of reputation management also, online reputation management also. You need content for social media management also. Content for social media, maybe any format, maybe text, maybe video, maybe infographics, maybe white paper, anything. So you need a well drafted content creation team so that you can use that content for your inbound marketing, for your content marketing, for your online reputation management, right? A well structured online reputation management strategy can save you a lot of time and money. Strategy, well drafted, documented strategy, and implementation of it properly is required. Scheduling of the post, responsibly talking to the users, while helping you create, maintain, or restore your brand's reputation. Right? So you need a well drafted social media strategy. Right? You need a well drafted social media strategy. So this is about 10 online reputation management commandments, and this was the second last lecture of the session and of the syllabus also, right? Tomorrow we'll have one last video I will send, and for 20-25 minutes the syllabus completed smoothly. Please be prepared for examinations.